Morning, everybody. And big ups to Carlos, Lawrence and the team for such an amazing event. I find conferences kind of boring and depressing, cooped up in spaces without any light. And this is the perfect antidote, just free-range business people wandering around the fields, laying golden eggs willy-nilly. Warms my cockles, so thank you. So I'm Jack. I'm the founder and CEO of Propellernet, who 7 years ago were an unremarkable, small, average SEO agency. And then last year, we made $250,000 in net profit. We were voted Agency of the Year, European Agency of the Year, and the best small business to work for in the UK. So, some good things happened to us, but I'm not here to give you a post-rationalized 5-point program to cultural nirvana. I'm just going to tell you a true story and you can take from it what you will. So I grew up sharing a room with my brother, Luke. Luke had a brilliant imagination. He would take me to places in his mind like the land of Mugunga. When we went to bed, if you touched the wallpaper squares on the wall in the right order, the wall would open up and we'd be transported to the land of Mugunga. And we'd take many adventures there and we drew maps and it was fantastic. He had a cast of characters. There was Sven, the life coach, that would appear when we went to bed. Jack, Luke is asleep. This is Sven. There was Gordon, the flyer, who was top of the flyerarchy for 5 straight seasons. And of course the pirates, upon whom we blamed everything, thereby absolving ourselves of all responsibility. So living in Luke's world was a lot of fun. But as we grew up, our adventures landed us in trouble with the police and with the law. And chasing the fun meant escalating use of alcohol and drugs. We were living badly, we were drinking, taking drugs. We were in trouble, we were in a bit of a trap. And then in 2007, I was eating my cornflakes and I got a phone call from India, and Luke had been found dead on a beach in a hut in India. Could I go and bring him home? Sip of water. What the fuck? What the fuck were we doing? Like, Luke was gone. Like, life was fragile. It was precious. It was a gift, a rare gift to be cherished. And what the hell were we doing? Just throwing it away. It gets better, don't worry. So I packed Luke's memories in a safe place, and this was a real turning point in my life, and I started my new life without him. I kicked the drugs, began to take an interest in my own health, my well-being, meditation, yoga, Pilates, nutrition. I began climbing mountains. I climbed Mont Blanc, the Matterhorn, the Cooling Ridge. There's a picture of me on the Matterhorn. There you go. I lost a lot of weight, my eyes sparkled, my mojo came back, my girlfriend came back, and suddenly the world was full of infinite and wondrous possibilities. I became really interested in the well-being of my staff and my team at work. So we booked, for example, yoga in the office every Tuesday, meditation every Wednesday morning. Here we are doing synchronized leg extensions in the boardroom. I dedicated company profits to the well-being of my staff and my people, and I paid for everyone to take a course in the creative arts. We had people doing glass blowing, street dance, pottery, improvisational comedy, learning to draw, photography, languages. The energy was flowing through our business like electricity, and grounded in well-being, we were becoming a real creative force to be reckoned with. I moved us into a great new office, hired an A-list management team, won an enviable roster of clients, and we won every award going for our creative work. Revenue doubled, profits soared, and our culture gained a real sense of purpose. Now we were profitable, now we were growing, now we were successful. It was time to sell and exit the business. And that's what they tell you. They draw these pictures and they say what you need to do is you need to get 3 years profitable consecutive growth, and then you can sell your business, and then after another 5-year earn-out period, if you hit your targets along the way, then in 8 years' time you can fulfill your dreams of living in the mountains, which is my dream. And you can do that one day maybe if you hit your numbers. But I was really enjoying myself. I loved this team. We were good together. I didn't want to do that. Why would I want to throw all of that away? Why would I want to chase my dream across a spreadsheet for 8 years? Didn't make any sense. There must be a better way. How about I just move to the mountains now, run a really profitable business, earn all the money that I'm ever going to need, still own my business, and have the freedom to take whichever decision I feel is the right decision to take without having to ask some grey-suited mood hoover when I can go to the toilet. There must be a better way. There has to be a better way, that's depressing. So for the last 7 years, my thoughts have evolved into initiatives and actions, which is our way. So firstly, the way that I think about this is we need to forget about money and we need to forget about business, because all those things are weighty and heavy and depressing, and really what we need to think about is people, what it is to be human, this kind of like mind, body, spirit mashup thing that we all are and feel like every day. That's what's really important. What it means to be alive, what it means to be a human, because business is a tool to serve us, to serve that state. We are not a tool to serve business, right? Business didn't invent us, like we invented business to help us. That's what it's for. So we mustn't focus on what the big bad world of business might want from poor little me. We've got to focus on what's really important to us, and then just use business as a tool to just deliver as much of that stuff as possible. So what really matters to us? Well, to be happy, to be healthy, to laugh, to have and share wonderful experiences, to develop meaningful relationships, to eliminate pain, stress, insomnia, depression, anxiety, all of those things, to find adventure, to be challenged, to grow, to develop, to be free. All of these things for us and for all of the other people in our lives, and to have this warm, fuzzy feeling inside that we're on the right path and everything's good in the world. That's what matters to us, people. And to create these things for everyone in our lives. But I wanted a business plan that was going to max up on all of that stuff for me and for everybody else. That's what I wanted. But I was struggling to articulate that into a business plan. And I met this guy. His name's Ben Hunt Davis. He's an unremarkable rower that did some remarkable things. He wasn't blessed with the natural talent of Pinson and Redgrave, so he got put in the 8 boat instead of the 2 boat with the other also rans. And they, for years and years, they toiled away, won nothing. They failed at 2 Olympics and 3 World Championships, came absolutely nowhere. And they resolved to try something new, otherwise they were just going to give up. They said, well, we'll try something different. And they came up with a simple mantra, will it make the boat go faster? So they stopped following the standard training program and they just kept asking, will it make the boat go faster? Will it make the boat go faster? For 4 years, applied that to everything. And shall we go to the pub? No, it's not going to make the boat go faster. Unfortunately. Shall we spend 4 hours straight on the rowing machine? Unfortunately, yes, that's probably going to help. So every single thing is what unified these guys. And bit by bit, they found ways to go faster. And in Sydney 2000, they were completely written off. And sure enough, they were the first boat across the line. And each of those 8 guys picked up an Olympic gold medal. And I wanted a gold medal as well. I thought that was pretty cool. But it's very easy to lose your way in the business world. There's a lot of conventional wisdom that will continuously lead you off track because you think that's just the way it's always been done. That's the way it has to be done. And I wanted something to keep bringing me back on track. So I wanted a simple mantra to keep us on our path in the way that it worked for this guy. And so after 6 months trying to figure it out, it just boiled down to this one simple question: will it make life better? Will it make life better? So we asked this question, our mantra, and it shows us the way. If it isn't making someone's life better, we don't do it. And life keeps getting better. Instead of making happiness a goal for tomorrow, a tomorrow that might never come, we design it into our everyday experience, and we're more successful tomorrow because life is better today. So Propellernet is really a design tool for improving the lives of our customers and for our employees. That's how we view it. To make life better. It's what all of your customers and it's what all of your staff want. They want you to make their lives better. They want you to dream up better realities for them, better future versions of events. That's what they're going to buy from you. And I think that gets lost in business a little bit. That's a key skill, I think. Everything else is just administration to make that thing happen. Because if you focus on making life better for people, people love it, they'll pay the money follows. If you chase the money, it will disappear. You never catch it. So my team was smashing it now. They were delivering amazing results, great profits. So I had to kind of walk my talk and deliver on the spine tingly stuff for them. So I bought a dream machine. And here it is. It's a giant 80s yellow gobstopper dispenser packed full of dreams. It's quite simple. Everyone gets to put a dream in the dream machine. When we hit our target, we pop a dream ball. Alan is there. He rode his motorbike across Africa. There's Steve, whose dream ball was to go to the World Cup in Rio. That's outside the USA-Ghana game. Jim thought Steve's dream was more interesting than his one, so he said, I'm going with him. Fair enough. And this is Carla. Carla, she took her whole family away for a week's ski holiday in a luxury valley, and there she is with her daughter Ava, just enjoying some afternoon valley sun. So all bought and paid for out of company profits, which I think is awesome. So I talk to the team, I talk to people about their dreams, and I look for opportunities to make their dreams happen in ways that create value. I call it Bucketlist business planning, title of this talk. I used to set financial targets and then chase them across the spreadsheet and never quite catch them and get really depressed. Now I just hire amazing people and focus on their dreams and try and produce their dreams. So I'm now in the business of awesome future production for my people. And it's a lot of fun. So this is Sophie, for example. She joined us 5 years ago as a shy intern. Last year she got our Industry Rising Star Award. Very creative girl and the creative mastermind behind most of our best work in the agency. But Sophie also loves animals and dreams of going on safari. I met this guy called Roger who runs a private equity firm that knew of a company in Namibia, a safari company that needed some help with marketing. So we met them on Skype and I explained to them we're a great marketing agency, best in Europe, we do travel stuff, but we're also a great place to work. And Sophie's dream is to spend time with animals, and she's got a sabbatical next year. How about she comes out and hangs out? And they're like, sorry, yes, that sounds like a brilliant idea. Send Sophie out. So next year Sophie's going to go out and spend a couple of months on base exploring Namibia, getting under the skin of the safari business and trying to understand how she could create a content and marketing strategy to grow. And it looks like the job is putting Namibia on the map, so she's going to be talking to other businesses there, and it's quite likely that she'll end up consulting with the Namibian government and promoting sustainable tourism across Africa, and they'll probably name a lion cub after her, I would imagine. That's Sophie's dream. It's a produced reality, and it's making everyone's life better. Gary Preston, he reinvented our industry and he's transformed our business. This guy, he's been amazing. But after 8 years leading our consultancy business, he really wanted to build a product because he was kind of done services. I want to build a product. And so we decided to dedicate a team of 5 to a technology startup. So massively high risk technology products have the potential to deliver a quantum leap in profitability that could make life better on a whole new scale. So it's like, well, let's take that gamble. If it doesn't work, we haven't lost a huge amount. If it does work, we'll have all these fun tokens. We can do all these amazing things. So let's go for it. So we were talking to hundreds of bloggers and journalists every week, and we were keeping track of it all using spreadsheets. And Gary simply built an app to replace the spreadsheets. And now we've got 10 leading London PR agencies using that app, and the future looks bright. This thing could be huge. It could be much bigger than our agency. But it was Gary's dream. We allowed him to follow that dream. He's loving it. He's playing tech startup, and we've got paying customers. It's making life better for them. It's making life better for Gary and potentially for all of us. So that's Gary's story. This guy, Mr. Mark Slade, our creative technologist, he wants to bring a sci-fi electro opera concept album out of his head and into the world. Well, that's a fucking cool dream. That's right, it's a sci-fi electro opera concept album. And here's the synopsis. Our story begins 100 years into a paranoid future where every move is monitored and given a social score. Music and performance is now run by one giant corporation. Artists are referred to only as entertainers. All performing arts are sponsored by the corporation. Unsponsored entertainers are considered a risk to our social harmony charter. Such is the power of the corporation that a recent bill has been passed criminalising all unsponsored music and performance. Jake Sniper, a 27-year-old decorated army veteran now on the run from the corporation, Once a teenage music protege, he plots a daring plan to take down the corporation. He seeks the finest underground musicians on board their 22nd century tour bus, a rusting but fully operational nuclear submarine. They are recording a genre-spanning album, mind-bending album that will go on to blow a giant hole in the corporation's public sanitised image. I have to leave after this talk, unfortunately, because Mark and I are leading a group of talented musicians and songwriters and illustrators, screenwriters and actors in a jam session to try and bring Jake Sniper into life. We're making a list of our music heroes that we can ring up to get to collaborate on some of this stuff. In 2022, we will hit the road in our submarine tour bus and blow up the summer festivals. So look out for Jake Sniper and the Coverts, and remember where you heard that name first. Stefan Hull is over there. Hi, Stefan. He's our rainmaker and new business development guru. He's been with us 5 years and he's been transformational for our business. But he also dreams of climbing Erebus, the lonely mountain. It's an active volcano, the highest point in Antarctica. And an expedition to the summit crater rims are not only extremely logistically challenging, it's seriously expensive. So this was a bit of a vexing one. But the Seven Nation Treaty to protect Antarctica from exploitation expires in 2041. Explorer Robert Swan is the figurehead for the 2041 campaign to save Antarctica, and I reckon he might need some help with his search and social media amplification. A scientific expedition to Erebus would make a great content hook for that, I think. So Stefan will stand on Erebus and he will save Antarctica. Won't you, Steph? What about me? What about my dream? So I dream of mountains. That's my dream. Snow-capped peaks, lush forests, fresh air, endless adventure. That's where I'm the happiest. That's where I'm most happy. In January this year, I realised my dream. This is my garden in the French Alps where I live with my wife and my 3 young daughters. And this is Dream Valley, an alpine theme park for better business meetings. We've got chalets, we have farmhouses, forest hideouts, remote refuges, rock circles in forests, hillside yoga studios, lakeside amphitheatres. There are endless trails that weave through the mountains in every direction for hiking and biking. It's got one of the world's largest ski areas, 4 famous Tour de France climbs, a river for rafting and canoeing runs through the middle of it, and there's dozens of crags for rock climbing and just a lifetime of adventures. You can paraglide from the tops of the mountains or take a swim in one of many alpine lakes. At the head of the valley, a clearing in the forest, is a horseshoe of rock from which waterfalls cascade down from the sky, catching the rainbows in the afternoon sun. It's the kind of place where the elves gather to discuss the future of Middle-earth. The focus is on having a good time, good, wholesome, life-affirming food for the soul. So we'll ride down mountain slides, on water slides, we'll walk the secret staircase to the hillside hideaway, we'll dance under the moonlit cascade, laser projections, and I want to roast a whole cow as well on a spit. It's our playground for a lifetime of adventures. Our very own land of Mugunga, and I look forward to welcoming you all there soon. Go to dreamvalleyprojects.co.uk, leave your email, we'll put you on the invite list, and you can come and get involved in a lot of the fun stuff that we're planning. So Wild Dog Safaris, Jake Sniper, Perfect Fit, Erebus, Dream Valley. Sends shivers down my spine just thinking about it all. Dreams becoming projects. Projects becoming reality, becoming businesses. Some projects will help us connect with interesting ideas and interesting people. Some projects will grow into big businesses in their own right. Most will probably just for fun, just a beat to keep the music going, a beat to keep the good times going. Anyone here like disco music? Good. Most of you. One of my favourite Chic records is a song called Good Times. Not only did it provide the soundtrack to the disco scene, it was also sampled by a group called Rapper's Delight, which announced the arrival of hip-hop music. Who likes hip-hop music? For those that didn't put their hands up, perhaps you're a Bowie or a Madonna fan. Nile Rodgers produced all of those tracks, and he also produced Madonna's most successful album, Like a Prayer, David Bowie's most successful album, Let's Dance. And everyone in this room will have danced to one of these guys' songs at some point with a big silly grin on your face, hugging your mates, singing, just feeling great. Not everyone in this room, but most people in the world, and I think that's a real legacy. That's the mark of a real hero. So I heard Niall was going to be at the Amsterdam Dance Event conference last year, and so I booked myself a ticket to his conference track and some of the after parties. So here I am in Amsterdam, face to face with the man, and he's telling me how to make chic records. He's like, in a bad American accent, "This is how you make chic records. You don't invite me along and tell me what to play. It doesn't work like that. You got to talk about the idea. What are we looking to achieve here? What are we looking to do? What are we trying to say? What's the deep hidden meaning in the song? And when everybody is comfortable and clear on where we're all coming from, we can jam from the same place and produce music with soul." And then he took out his Fender Stratocaster and he reenacted the jam session where he created the now famous riff for Get Lucky. Stripped it back and talked us through the jam session. It was a pretty awesome moment. But it kind of stuck with me that musicians produce great music when they have a clear idea to jam around. That's when it works. I think it's the same in business. You need to have deep hidden meaning in your business idea. You've got to have deep hidden meaning in the DNA of your company culture, because music without meaning is a series of noises. Business without meaning is just a bunch of annoying admin. Music connects people, business connects people. Deep hidden meaning is the glue behind that. I asked Niall if he wanted to change the world. He said, "Nah, man, we weren't setting out to change the world. We were just doing our thing and having a good time. We were just trying to change our world." So don't try and change the world. You can change your world. Just do your thing and have a good time. And I guess that's what I've learned. That's the kind of takeaway from this, really. Business is way more successful when you just do your thing and you have a good time and follow that. The universal laws of attraction just kind of make it that way. So throw out the old business plan and write a bucket list. Follow your dreams and just use business as a vehicle to get you there. Director James Cameron, he'd always wanted to do a wreck dive of the Titanic. That was on his bucket list. The film was just an excuse to get the funders to pay for his dive expedition. The fact that it went on to be the biggest blockbuster smash in history was a side benefit. He did his dive. Branson flies rockets into space, sails yachts around the world, and consistently smashes the corporate competition. These are big business bucket listing masters. But they're just people with dreams, people like you, people like me. And why shouldn't we follow our dreams? Think about it. 4 billion years life has been on this earth, 9 million species, and we bagged human being in the 21st century. We are superheroes, we have superpowers, we hit the jackpot. This is the winner's enclosure, this is the after party. So, to sum up, instead of dreaming up financial targets and then struggling to achieve them, dream up experiences that are worthy of the precious few moments that you have on this planet and make these your business objectives. And then watch in amazement as your profits soar. And we're not here for a long time, we're here for a good time. Thank you.